another meeting with my therapist, mental health worker. Let's see, 3 o'clock. I wonder how long this is gonna last. So tired. It's Microsoft Team. Still open up. man.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Monroe, how are you?
Doing pretty good. How's everything been?
Everything's been okay, I guess.
Okay. How's the writing going? Uh, said the movie that we're making. How's that, all that going?
It's going okay. It's just that I don't know how to be diplomatic with him. Like I said, he's getting engaged and he has a baby coming up, and I don't know how to broach the subject of, when are we still on schedule or what? I don't know what to say. So, so the best thing is to keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, I get that.
Mm.
Definitely. Okay. All right. So, how's the wife? How's everything been going with that?
Well,
How's the kids? I know last week.
she says she's losing weight.
Yeah.
Sometimes she tells me she's pregnant again, and sometimes she
Really?
tells me she's not pregnant. I don't know what to believe now.
Hmm. Wow. I mean, did she lie before in the past about that, or what?
No, she never lied to me. I told her to go take a test, let's be sure. But
Mm-hmm.
but she says she
Oh,
knows her body and all that. I mean, I don't know.
that makes sense, though. All right. I know you signed the signature page I sent you this morning. I just got to make sure I sign that, and then I'll be able to reach out to the person's, your psychiatrist that you have with South County.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, definitely. All right.
I want you to
So
get you the information you need.
yeah, you sent it to me, so I have that right now. So which is good. So today I really kind of want to see if we could like find exactly these you know other triggers that really kind of be going on for you, especially when it comes to meeting your goals that we currently have in place. Do you remember what those were?
Yeah, to get my self-esteem back, and to not be depressed, and less stress.
Less anxious,
Yeah, less
anxiety.
anxiety. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. And you said you were, I don't remember. I think you told me last time we met about the medications you were taking. Do you remember that?
Yes.
I'm just trying to make sure that I had that with me. Just make sure I don't forget them. Let's see.
It looks like you have mountains and a big lake
Oh,
in your background. That's good.
right? Exactly.
Tranquil.
Really. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah, but I don't remember writing your the medication that you were taking down and the dosage. Do you remember those?
Yes, but I don't know what medication it is. Some kind of medication for me to sleep and all that. If you, I'm pretty sure Mr. Stipe could tell you that.
Right, right. Whenever I contact them, yeah, definitely. Do you know what time they close on Fridays or no?
I don't really know, but probably 4 or 5, the usual.
All right, no problem. So that means I definitely right after you have somebody at 4, so it won't be finishing until 5. So that might be like in conflict with that. But if anything, I'll just reach out on next week when I have
Yeah,
the time to actually make sure I get that information as well.
yeah.
All right.
I don't want to give you the wrong information about my medication and all that.
Right, right. Definitely, definitely. I appreciate that for sure. So I mean, let's really kind of take some time right now to really kind of look at the triggers that you currently have in place, or how you've been coping with when it comes to anxiety or depression. Can you tell me a little more about that, like how you cope with them?
Well, either I get angry or I ignore, so I choose to ignore, whatever she says and all that.
Right.
When she's tired and all that, and she has
Mhm.
a lot of responsibility on her, she could get mean, so I just ignore her.
Right.
I told her
Okay.
her happiness is very important to me. It's the
Mm-hmm.
most important things to me. If she's not happy, then whatever happens, then she should leave to find her happiness.
Right. Right.
Because when she's unhappy, it's contagious.
Mm-hmm.
It's contagious and it makes other people unhappy. What's the use of holding on when you're unhappy?
That's true. That's true. Is that what you guys want to do though? Is that what you want? Splitting from where you are right now?
Well, that's it. She don't know what she wants. First she tells she's unhappy, and then I don't know what she wants. I'm fine either way. If, I mean, she says she wants to take my daughters with her and all that. If she could support her and support them and take care of them, I'm fine with it. It's it's
Mm,
it's I don't want her to be unhappy. I want her to be happy. Do whatever makes you happy. We can't
true.
sit around and try to find fights with each other, and it's gonna be detrimental to my daughters. They see us fighting and all that.
Right.
Sometimes it
Right.
has to, we gotta go down the hill and let ourselves heal. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna force her to stay with me or anything like that. If she's unhappy,
Right.
she should go, and I tell her that. I'll figure
Mm.
something out.
Yeah.
I'll go to the shelter if I have to. I go back to my family and all that. I'll do
Right.
whatever I have to. But I want her to be happy because she's happy. She take care of the children better. But now she tells me she's pregnant, and I don't know if it's the truth or not. I don't know. So I'm just
Mm. So
waiting.
what would that leave you though, as far as like you said, you want whatever she wants for her happiness. But what does that leave you? What about your happiness?
Well, I'm not really concerned about my happiness. I'm more concerned with my daughter and my daughter's happiness. I don't want them to see us fighting. Over things that really don't matter, Monroe. When we fight, it's over ridiculous things and all that. She's still
Yeah.
mad because when she was like pregnant with Emily, that I didn't
Mm-hmm.
open the door for her, the car door for her, and my cousin opened the car door for her. I said, I didn't see. Yesterday she got mad at me for no reason. She was carrying these bags of grocery, but I didn't see it. It was so hot. I was looking after the children. They were crying, and she said, a man would have gone out of the car and carried those grocery bags. And I told her, I didn't see her. I didn't see those grocery bags, but she was like, she said that, How can you not see? I just, I wasn't paying attention.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So she's finding reasons to be mad at me, I guess. And
When did
when
it, when did
and
this when did it start?
well, it's probably a year ago. She started, saying that I'm not much of a man. And let me tell you, Monroe. I mean, after she says it, I do it, and she says that's no good. You can't do those kind of things when someone already told you to do it. It's not meaningful. I mean, I
Yeah, I
don't
get
know.
that.
I don't know how to satisfy her.
Yeah. It's like she wants you to read her mind and do these things before she tells you to do them.
Yeah, and she says, because I didn't notice it. The truth is, I didn't notice it. I would not let her, and I opened the door for her, and she said, oh, I have to tell you to open the door for me. It's kind of ridiculous. I mean, I don't know. And I told her,
I
you gotta be happy because the less stress you have, the less stress you give to me, and then the children, it's gonna affect them in one way or another. You gotta be happy. Then her sister from Vietnam,
mm-hmm.
um, she don't do anything, and she wants to borrow money. And I said, if you're gonna help them, then help them, but don't talk bad about her. What's the use? What's the use of helping them when you talk bad about them?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So it sounds to me like you're more optimistic and she's more pessimistic. Would that be accurate?
Yeah, she's pessimistic. Yeah, I'm just saying, it's your sister. When you help them in the worst of time, they're gonna remember that. They're gonna remember that, and they're gonna cherish it. And they're gonna. But if you don't want to help them, just say you don't want to help them. But you don't need to talk bad about them.
Right. Right.
telling
Definitely.
telling me that she's irresponsible, and one time she let her borrow money, and then she says she has no money to pay back, and then her parents
Right.
start. She said that her parents are, their hearts are weak, and they're sick and all that. And every
Mm-hmm.
time her sister always comes back and asks them for money, and they don't know how to say no. They work hard and they have to save money. And I said, that's it. If you stress out about it, because when her sister, she don't know how to say no. That's the problem, Monroe.
Right.
She says yes, and she whines about it. She helps them, and
Mm-hmm.
she whines about it, and it gets on your nerves. It gets on my nerves, and not yours, but mine. I said, if you're
Right.
gonna help her, help her. Don't think
Mm-hmm.
about it. You're gonna help her. You're gonna send her money. Send her money. Don't talk
Right.
about it. Don't talk bad about her. I don't want to hear it because you made your decision. You know what she's like already.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, and that's when you get frustrated, when the arguments happen
and the
and
arguments happen.
everything.
I said, help her or don't help her. It's up to you.
Yeah. 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 Absolutely. Absolutely. So how you handle that is like you said, you either ignore it or you get angry. So would you say you get more angrier than when you ignore it, or like are you starting to lose patience when it comes to how you communicate?
Well, when she keep going on and on and on, I lose patience. I tell her, shut up. Enough is enough. But,
Yeah.
but,
But do
but
you think
she's
that usually help or hurt you even more?
no. She just says that you don't understand. I said, what is it that I don't understand? I try to talk to her. I try to reason with her. I said, what do I don't understand? You said that you let her borrow money in the past and she never pays you.
Mhm.
Then don't let her borrow money. It's all common
Right.
sense. If you want to let her borrow money and you feel bad, you can't sleep and you get sick, and you feeling guilt
Bad.
over it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's all on how your perspective and how you see it, right?
Right. Right.
And I told
Yeah.
her,
Mm-hmm.
it's it's for your well-being. If you feel guilty, if it's the guilt more than the, because like I said, help her or not, it's your decision. It's not mine. She's not my
Yeah.
family. She's not my sister and all that. It's just that
Yeah.
she just thinks her sister don't do anything, but life has she's not she's not stepping in her sister's footsteps. So how would she know?
Yeah.
She
Absolutely.
could.
I get that. Sure. Hmm. You definitely make a valid point when it comes to that because like you said, if you don't walk in her shoes, how can you really know exactly what she's going through?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I told her think about it. But
Yeah.
now don't
Yeah.
stress out over it. If you don't want to help her, then and if something happens to her, it's gonna be the consequences you have to face. Me, when as poor as I am, when somebody asks help and I have the money, I help them, because when you give them the money, it's no longer yours, it's their money. They could do whatever they want. If they
Yeah.
do something with the money and you don't like it, then it's up
Mm-hmm.
to you to give them. Next time when they ask for help, are you willing to help them or not? That's up to you, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Hmm. Yeah. So something like that always happens. You have to make sure, like you said, you help when you can, and at which point they have the option to do whatever they want. You can't be mad about what you expected them to do with it at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can expect
Yeah.
them to do with what you want with the money. You already gave it to them. It's their money now, You loan it to them, Then it's their money to do whatever they think is right for their family,
Hmm.
or
Oh
their life. You
yeah.
can't see, like I said, she likes to control what everybody else. When she, we go to Costco and we buy like medicines and candies and send it to them,
Mm-hmm.
to her family, by
Right.
medicines here from Costco from America sent to back to Vietnam, so her mom and dad could use. She sent money back to her family, her mom and dad. But
Mm-hmm.
this one sister she don't get along with, and since she's in America and she, and we're getting by, we're getting better than getting by, and so they ask her all the
Yeah.
time, and that's it. And she's always stressing out about giving, helping or not helping, and if she don't
Mm-hmm.
help, she feels guilty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then, then, then,
Then she
then,
can't
then
sleep. Then you guys argue. Then she complains about it. It gets on your nerve.
yeah,
It's like
yeah, no, I
a
mean,
cycle.
then it gets to me, because she talks about it constantly, Monroe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to talk about things. I'm an action man. Either do it or don't do it.
Right. Right. Hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So, like you said, you get angry or frustrated. The argument happen, or you ignore it. And when you ignore it, how long do it usually last until you can't ignore it anymore? Would you say?
Well, it lasts like a day usually, because it keep going
Okay.
on and on and on until I get really mad, and I try to sleep. I try to try to shut out her voice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then she goes and she makes me dinner, and then like an apology, and after
Right.
that's finished and it's all peaceful, and she starts up again. Monroe,
Hmm.
it's a woman's thing. I don't know. She just starts up again,
Yeah. It's just
and she,
stressing you out, and you're the
and,
one that's getting the blunt of it as well.
and she keeps saying I don't understand, but I understand perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
I have like
Mm-hmm.
my mom has like 10 children. We have like 14, but 4 died of birth. We have 10 children. I have a lot of siblings, and some siblings, My
Mm-hmm.
sister, she's addicted to OxyContin and all that, and
Right.
but she's always in trouble, and my mom favors her, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
she's always asking for help, she's always taking, right? So she
Right.
confides with my mom, and everybody keeps saying, when they give my mom money, they give to my mom give to my sister. She try to help my sisters out, so that's where all the arguments comes in. So I understand
Mm.
where she's coming from.
Yeah, definitely. Wow. So it is a lot. So you understand where she's coming from, but she keeps saying that you don't understand because
Yeah,
you know, because have you heard that before when it comes to women? Um, that mentality that where you just share like you're an action man. You either take action or you don't. But with her, with women, they have something where they actually want to feel how they feel
they're
and be able
emotional.
to,
Yeah,
yeah, to
emotional.
like, they like to be in it sometimes to really go through it before they get over it or take action on it. Men are more easily and quicker to take action upon things. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, I should have been gay in the first place. I wouldn't have gotten all this trouble. I think it's all women. All women are like that, emotional.
Absolutely, absolutely. It was just how we navigate it, though, is the way that is what we're trying to accomplish. People like not to be, again, making her feel or invalidating exactly how she feel. Like if you were saying, "Hey, you know what? I hear you. It must be stressful," and then continue like that. Do you think that would eventually she would stop, or would that not be something that even you know went through her head that you're actually listening to what she said?
I listen and told her, but when they can't find the money anywhere else in Vietnam, they call her again, and that's when it starts
It
again.
starts, and
It's
yeah.
just never stops because they talk constantly. Every night she calls back there and she talks and all that. And
Mm-hmm.
at first he said, "No, I'm not giving her any money because she's irresponsible and all that." Then later on, she tells me go Walmart and send them some money, and
Mm-hmm. It causes more problems, more issues.
it's no problem with me. I like her helping her family. I don't say
Yeah.
anything about the
Mm-hmm.
money or the financial, and all that. I say, it's money. We'll make more. I'm
Yeah.
cool with it. I don't. I want her to help her family. I'm cool with it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Usually, all the husband, all the man says, why you giving all your money to your family? When we're not
Mm-hmm.
that great off. But I'm cool
Mm-hmm.
with it.
Yeah. Definitely. Okay. So there's a lot of stuff that you're aware of yourself. How you show up in that. So how does the anxiety and the depression usually comes in? Is it because her negative mindset and the way she lashes out affect you, or how does that work?
Yeah, it affects me. It just it affects me when I really am compromising. I mean, whatever she wants to do, I'm fine with it.
Right.
Just
Right.
don't whine about it, don't talk about it. When you whine about it and and,
Hmm.
and complain about it, nothing happens. There's no
Right.
solution. Me,
Mm-hmm.
I like to find solutions. Okay, this is what's gonna happen. This is what's gonna happen. Then don't do it. As simple as
Yeah.
that.
It is. It is. It is simple for us. It very much is. But the thing is, it's not because sometimes the main important thing that you have to understand is that sometimes women they complain and they share what they're going through, not to find a solution, but just to vent.
Yeah.
Have you heard that before?
Yes.
They
Yes.
don't. They're not trying to. So you might get frustrated about. Okay, wait a minute. There is a solution to this, and I feel like I struggle myself with this because at the end of the day, trust me, we're our mindset are alike in the sense of like if we see a problem, we could think of their solution to fix it, but that's not what they want. So
No.
we have to
No.
be able to ask. You have to be able to ask. Okay, what do you want me to
So
do? What do
so
you want from me?
so that's what I do. I listen. And I don't I don't say anything. I listen.
Right. Right.
I don't talk and I don't say anything about, you being cruel and this is your sister and your nephew and all that. Why you giving money to the other nephews and not her because you
Right.
don't like her or whatever. I don't say any of those things because I know that's going to trigger her.
Right. Right. Yeah. Definitely. And those are the things that we gotta think about and kind of like move forward and kind of push with because at the end of the day, like you said, it's causing you to be angry, it's causing you to be anxious and depressed because then with depression we kind of isolate, right? We feel sad, we isolate ourselves, we don't want to be around the chaotic environment or situation or even talk to the person that's causing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
So we had to figure out in a way of like, okay, so how do I really, you know, control myself or ground myself? That way I'm prepared for whatever the situation is. Because at the end of the day, you can't change her. You can't force her to. You ever heard the saying before, like, you could bring the horse to water, but you can't force it to drink?
I heard that. But the thing is,
Go ahead.
see, everything I do, she seems to think that it's not important. And
Right.
I said it might not be important to you, but it's important to me. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not gonna let anybody else do my work. I'm gonna do my own work.
Right. Right. Definitely. You know? So we just gotta make sure that we figure out, okay, how do we come across and showing specifically, you know,
Mm.
that we could even do these things, like so whatever you do, like you said, it's not so much of what you do, it's how we show up sometimes.
Yeah, just I figure the best thing for me to do is just be present.
Yeah,
Just be there.
absolutely, absolutely. Do you have you ever like tried grounding yourself before? Because I feel like you're right now currently for you, there's like a two part that kind of happens, right? When you get upset, you get frustrated, you get angry, right? But the initial underlying piece that kind of comes with it ahead of time was the anxiousness, the anxiety, the depression sets in, right? Because it's like I can't change any of this. I can't. What
I
am I
that's
supposed
that's
to do?
it. I can't change anything, and sometimes she gets on my nerve. I go outside, and you know what she
Yep.
does?
Follow you
Follows me. That woman follows me to torture me.
to torture you. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not so much as because probably I don't know if she is trying to torture you or not. But at the end of the day, if they don't feel like they're a
Been
lot of
listened
times
to. I understand they don't feel like they've been listened to.
they're gonna follow you. But what if you were to tell her, "Hey, listen, I'm sorry. I just need to step outside real quick. I'll be right back." Would she still follow you?
Yeah, she still follows me.
Oh my goodness, I can't. I can't. But yeah, things like that happen all the time. We just got to make sure that we show up in a different way. Because again, like you said, when you try to isolate yourself or ignore the situation, it might be good for a day or so, but then you know that kind of gets messed up because again, like you said, somebody message her, her sister calls her, or somebody trying to get money, and it restarts all over again. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So
but the good thing about her is she gets mad and it's all over in a couple of hours. If I don't
yeah.
if I don't talk back to her and all that.
So if you don't add to the fire,
Yeah, if I don't put in more wood and more gas
yep,
in the fire, then it
it
usually end
goes
up
over.
stop. And we all
Yeah.
peaceful.
Yeah. You know. So about the thing that you said that she does say sometimes though when she's like, oh, what do you call it? You said before that she said that you're not a real man would come and get the bags or do those specific things like you kind of shared. How do you usually take those things? Do you feel like okay, like do you internalize that and say, oh, I'm not a man, or do you like, what? That's probably her
I'm
feeling.
just saying that I'm just thinking that this girl she's on her period like 24/7. So like I said, I
Right.
just ignore her and I laugh it. I said, and you gotta go find somebody else, because let me tell you, there's no man that's gonna constantly, you know, open the door for her and all that. You know, that's when you dating. You know, when you marry for like 2 or 3 years, who's gonna watch for her to come through the door and open the damn door for her all the time? You know,
Yeah.
she's just putting on some ridiculous condition because she has all these people that she knows
Expectations.
that's new, that you know, that's in a new relationship. Of course you have to want to win the girl over. Of course you're gonna open the door. But 2 years of opening doors, 3 years of opening doors for her when she's right there, you know, you have to get out of the car and then open the door for her. Come on, man. Come
I
on,
get that.
Monroe. Would any guy do that? I mean, really? I mean, even a lesbian couple, would they keep doing that constantly?
I don't know. I don't know. I would not know when it comes to that. But you know, it's just something that
I mean, if I see her and,
expect-
and she's like, you know, I mean, she has her hands full and she can't open the door, of course I'm going to go there and open the door for her, you know. But if I don't see, I don't see, you know.
Definitely, for sure. You know, it is a lot. It is a lot, you know, that you're going through right now. And like you said, the other piece that really affects you is thinking about the bills, trying to make ends meet, right? Trying to make sure that everything is taken care of. You know,
Yeah.
currently, like you said, you're not working. You're trying to make sure everybody's taken care of too. So, how do you take care of yourself when it comes to that?
Well, that's it. I you know, I called up people and I try to take care of the bills and all that, you know.
Yeah,
Like I said, if everything is about balancing it out, you know, if it's not gonna happen today, then I call back tomorrow, you know, ask more questions.
right.
I'm fine with, you know, following up on people, you know.
Mhm. Mhm.
She just wanna
Definitely.
she just want everything to like really work quickly. Everything has to come right now. Everything has to be on schedule. But sometimes people have all the things they needed to do. It cannot come all together. Like her,
Sure.
like I went to Catholic Cherry do all her paperwork, right? And they supposed to get her green card, and and then, you know, with the, you know, the temporary work visa, so she could like start learning to drive, right? But they haven't
Right.
sent it. The guy that I go, the worker at the Catholic Charities, he said wait. He said wait in the mail. When it comes, it comes, you know,
Mhm.
from USCIS. But she don't understand that. She just said, keep telling me go and talk to the guy. Why hasn't it come? You know, a person has
Right.
been here. She talks to all these people, and I said it's different for different situation. You know, I could
Yeah.
only tell you what these people tell me. You know.
Definitely. Yeah. And for you, you know, there's like a pace that it kind of has to go with. That things don't just happen overnight. It takes time,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So it makes sense, you know, and that is her stress. I feel like is being sipped into you, causing you more stress. Would that be accurate?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the stress is like it's ridiculous because you can't do anything about it. You know, you still have
Yeah.
to wait for the paperwork to come. You know.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. It's like she's worrying like twice over about something.
That
You know
I
what I
can't
mean?
have any control over, you know. I can only follow up,
Yeah. Exactly.
and she listens to these other people thinking that they know what they're doing, but you know, I come
Mhm.
to the source, you know, Monroe. I am at the
Yeah.
source. They tell me and I tell her, but she's still thinking that I'm doing something wrong. That's
Right.
why it hasn't come.
Mhm. Oh yeah, but there's only so much you could do, right?
Yeah. So most of the time, I'm miserable is because of her.
Mm.
Hmm.
But I mean, you could always decide. I mean, since you already know you don't have control over how she acts, do you think we have control over her changing her ways and being better in any kind of
Hell
way?
no.
No.
No,
Okay,
no,
so we
Monroe.
so what do you have control over then?
I have no control over anybody, man. I have no control over my daughter. My daughter
Uh huh.
loves her to death. Every day, every night before she goes to sleep, she wishes her mommy to sleep well, to have a
Uh
good
huh.
sleep. And I wish her, for her to have a happy sleep and sleep well and all that. My second daughter, the oldest one, she never wished me for a happy sleep. She says she love her mama, and when I kiss her, she hits me. So I have no
Wow.
control over anything, man.
Yeah. Hmm.
But I love the girl to death.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But would you say then you also have control over yourself or no?
I have a lot of control over myself.
So how you act, how you react, if you
Yeah,
get angry or upset about something, um, you know,
I just
what?
usually I only tell her to shut up and all that. That's the most I do.
Right.
Nothing
Nothing
violent
more.
or anything like that.
Right. Right. Definitely. Wow. Okay. It is a lot that you go through for sure. You know what I mean? Like as far as how um, you show up. Again, you're trying your best when it comes down to it. There's only so much you can do.
Yeah, and
So,
and and there's like we're trying to find a house and all that. So it's added to the stress and all that.
yeah, that's right. You did say you were renting right now, so
Yeah.
it's definitely difficult. Um, in that way, know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Have you ever tried any kind of breathing exercises to kind of really calm down, slow everything down for you, or no?
Yeah, breathe in, breathe out. I got it. Inhale. Sometimes I try to do that meditation thing and all that.
Yeah. Has that ever worked for you, or?
Mm, sometimes it does. Most of the time, I just hope that everything will be clear, and because he goes to work until 7 o'clock, I
Right.
go pick up the children at 6 o'clock, and then I pick up. So we only have like 2 or 3 hours. I
Mm-hmm.
go make the milk, and then we prepare for bed and all that.
Right. Definitely. Okay. Hmm. So you know how to do those specific things. So what do you think is stopping you from not getting overwhelmed when it comes to the anger or the anxiety or the depression? What do you think would help? What do you think the barrier is that's getting in the way of you actually remembering to kind of like remind yourself to do these things,
I
like
don't
the breathing
really,
in?
I don't really get overwhelmed. I'm a very, what do you call that?
What?
I'm very stable. I mean, I take my time. I don't hurry along with anything. I'm not impatient. I wait. I've been waiting for this movie to happen for like a year and something. I started writing like 30 years ago. So you see how
Hmm.
persistent I am, right?
Right.
I when no one believed in my story, in my books and all that,
Mm-hmm.
I believe in my dream. 30
Definitely.
years, Monroe. 30 years that I've been trying to do the same thing. Everybody
Hmm.
always saying, you they have saying like you do the right hand, the left hand don't know what you're doing. That means that you always have to work to You
Yeah.
could
Yeah.
dream with the right hand, and but your left hand has to work, something like that.
Mhm. Yeah. Definitely. Okay.
So I
So.
don't give up.
Mhm.
So I don't
Definitely.
give up. That's why everybody is so enamored about my personality. Is that I never give up. I never give up.
Definitely. Okay. That's good. So when it comes to your self-esteem, how does that tie into all of it?
The self-esteem, I'm not too very confident because he keep calling me stupid and idiot and all that. And
But do you necessarily believe those things that she says when she says them?
how many people is at a studio, and Lance Oppenheim is willing to make a movie about you?
No, people know.
No, not a lot. Not even one
Right.
percent.
Hmm.
Like I said,
So.
I am very proud of my accomplishment.
Right.
Even when nobody sees it, I'm very proud of myself.
Hmm.
I think
So.
I have done a lot more than most people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So my
So then.
self-esteem is
Uh-huh.
bad because he keep calling me stupid, but I she don't realize how smart I really am.
But you know that though.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. So when she says it, do you value what she says more than what you say about yourself?
No, I don't value what she says about me at all. See, that's why I don't get mad.
Right. But you're saying that's what she says that makes you feel like you don't, necessarily believe in yourself more when it comes down to it, because self esteem is really attached more to like how you see yourself,
Well, that's why I
right?
said my self-esteem for myself is good. I don't care how many people. The more people don't believe in me, the stronger I get. I, I
Right,
really,
because the more.
I
Hmm.
really love myself.
Right.
Some people say I love myself too much. It makes me arrogant.
Really, do you believe that?
I don't really don't believe it because I work really hard. I mean, 30 years is when you don't have any money to show for it. It's somebody has to be really strong to keep going like that.
Yeah,
You see
definitely.
other people buying houses, nice
Houses, yeah.
car, and all that, and you have nothing, and you're still going after this dream that
Dream.
is not showing anything, any
Right.
promise, any kind of.
Well, but the thing is, you say the but what you just said, it hasn't shown any promise. But to me, what it sounds like, if you just reframe that a little bit, it hasn't shown any promise yet, which is why you keep working at it, which is why you still believe in it, because, like you said, you've accomplished a lot that a lot of people has not. You just haven't reaped the benefits
Yeah, I haven't.
of what those things are. Yeah. So that's my biggest question for you. Like, how do you think back and kind of like, okay, like, how do I make sure I'm more kind to myself and not put myself in a timeline just like everybody else? If I'm not the same as anybody else, why should I be at a different space or at a place that they are when they're not, when I'm not them?
Yeah,
So
that's
my
why.
timeline is way different than theirs are.
That's why I keep telling them that they don't understand. They don't
Mm-hmm.
see. They don't know.
Right, right. They don't. So, but even if you try to communicate those things and tell people exactly,
They
you
don't
know,
believe me.
yeah, and is that, do you value other people's
I
opinion
that's
more than you
that's
value
it.
your own?
I value my own. I don't really value what anybody thinks of me,
Yeah.
Monroe.
So why try to tell them, or try to, I don't know, why try to tell them that,
Well,
for them to believe you?
to
Why?
prove to
But why
them,
though? Why are you trying to prove anything if we believe in ourselves better than anybody else believe in
I
us?
know because it's family.
Okay.
It's family. You always have to I don't know, substantiate that you're not wasting your life away. You you
So
just
that's
want
their opinion of you,
you want them to see the result. You
right?
give them
But
the
that's your
evidence that
opinion.
they need. You just need somebody to like caress you. Support you, put their hands on you. You did good. That's it. You just need their support and their love.
So
Me,
by
that's
you
that's what
trying to
I
convince them, that's what
that's
you want.
yeah, that's what I want. That's why I try to every morning I tell my daughter that they are beautiful, that they are loved, that they are smart. You try to give them positivity. That you are kind.
Right.
Even if they don't listen or they don't understand, it goes to their head, subconsciously. Like my
Right.
dog, my daddy always says that I was beautiful, I was kind, I was smart.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. But so you're doing it for them, not for yourself.
Yeah, not for myself. I could be like all the father and saying, you can't do this or whatever. Me, I tell them they could do anything they set their minds to.
Okay. Uh, yeah,
I'm
because
just
it's
a
just
I'm just a positive person, Monroe.
but a positive person that still experiences the anxiety and the depression and the low
Is
self esteem as it relates to your wife, not when it
Yeah,
comes to anything.
not to myself. I mean, maybe I got the wrong woman and all that, but but she's like changing. She let less thing bother her and all that, but it's slowly.
Hmm,
When you love somebody, you have to make sacrifices. And that's
I get
my
that.
sacrifice.
Hmm, yeah, but you've been sacrificing. Do you feel like you've been sacrificing a lot when it comes to her?
Yeah, I think I sacrifice a lot when I come to her. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hmm. And if you had to change somebody's mind, it's just because to me though, it sounds definitely like it's a lot of conflicting information that kind of goes on as well. Because if our self esteem was what we believe in ourselves, how confident we are in the decision that we make, um, and if our wife is telling us, hey, like you said, the main thing that you're trying to get is at least somebody to support you in that way to be like, hey, you know what, keep going. You're doing amazing. You're trying your
Yeah.
best.
Yeah, that's what I want from her. It's just some. It's hard because sometimes it makes sense. He said, "Oh, you making a movie? Look at all those other people making movies. They're making money. They have something to show for it. What do you have to show for it? Those kind of things." So it's kind of
And
dampen.
does that stop you or discourages you to
No, it
continue
doesn't
trying?
stop me, but it makes me sad. It makes me sad that she don't support my dreams and how
Mm,
hard I work. For these things to happen.
right, right, definitely, definitely. There's a lot for sure. There's just like you said, some of these coping skills that you do have when it comes to ignoring that, when it comes to you trying to meditate, trying to take care of yourself, trying to find different resolutions to the problems that you currently have, especially when it comes to finances. Which I think with community partners, you're getting therapy now, and you also have. I think at some point you've been referred to wraparound, which is supposed to be helping you find different, you know, things as well to kind of really help you in that way as well. So I'm hoping that that is something that you do continue to keep trying and get better at. Because at the end of the day, um, that's what I feel like you need of. You need more of medication. Like you're already taking medication, which I'm hoping you're actually taking the medication when you're supposed to take them, or if they're not working, or if they are working, is it too much or is it too little, or is it really affecting you the way it's supposed to? That way, that again, you were taking care of yourself in a way of just like, not feeling like anybody's against you, or you do believe in yourself rather than looking for other people's validation as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes.
So, I hope you continue working on that, and we'll just kind of take it from there.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So right now, we're meeting exactly at 3 every. To this week, we met on this Friday because obviously, I was out Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
So starting next week, I'm hoping we could, stick with Monday. So, that means that Monday next week we'll meet at 3 o'clock, and we'll kind of go from there.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
It's good.
So-
It's good talking to you, Monroe. You make me feel
Definitely.
much better.
Absolutely. I'm hoping you get a call with the wraparound pretty soon. That way you can start looking at different resources that kind of help you get a house, like you want to get, right? Because we do have a program with Community Partners for housing support that I think is a course that you have to take, where you take some classes and they have up to a certain amount of money that they get funded every year to help clients like yourself buy a house
Yes.
instead of renting. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I'm hoping with the wraparound that you get, that is one of the things that you guys do discuss. And if you don't tell them yourself, I'm pretty sure I'll be myself. I'll also make sure to bring that up to them because, again, we try to communicate with everyone that's around your care to make sure that everything is going the way that it's supposed to.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. I'm talking to Noah now about the home ownership.
Okay. And Noah is with which department? Is it with Community Partners or?
Yes, it's with community partner.
Okay. Good. Not that you had that along the way. That's good. All right.
Okay.
So, like I said, I'll make sure to reach out to him, see what's going on, and then kind of see a timeline on that as well, and we'll just kind of go from there.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank
Take
you.
care of yourself. I'll see you next week on Monday.
Thank you, Monroe. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. You have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
God. Oh God, man.